Hello everyone, good evening. How are you today? So we hope all of you are doing well. Thank you for coming to our presentation today. It's such a great honor to be here with you guys. Well, before we start our presentation today, we would like to introduce our team. My name is Cecilia Ficonti, and today I will present the material with my classmate, Hartini Ayunitias. So we are students from Asongo University, and now we currently at the 5th semester taking English education major. Okay, so today we are going to talk about religion and identity. By the end of this presentation, we expected all of you to be able to understand the concept of religion and identity in cross and multicultural communication. Okay, so let's begin the presentation. The next slide, please. Okay. As we know, religion has played a highly important role in the lives of human beings. Okay. So today, there are four main religions included Hinduism, Buddhism, Christianity, and Islam. Today we are just going to talk about the four major religions. Okay, so the first one is Hinduism. Hinduism is a religion that believes there are many paths of the ultimate truth. They believe that God is one but cannot be fully defined, as that would be limiting. In Hindu belief, the universe came out of Brahman, the ultimate reality or encompassing God, is sustained by it and ultimately merges in it. Brahman is unique, pure, infinite, beyond time, and omnipresent. As God is revealed in any form of worship, Hinduism is a non-proselytizing religion. Hinduism enables people to cope with life as it is given. Hinduism believes that happiness and fulfillment come from discovering one's own dharma, or we call it duty, and carrying it out to the best of one's ability. So as we can see, Hindu has a ritual that called yoga. They usually have a meditation in mandir, the temple for praying. So as we can see, they believe that silence is a central part of Hindu philosophy. Some kinds of yoga are practiced to unite the individual spirit soul with God. The self-realization, salvation, wisdom, and peace can be achieved in a state of meditation and introspection when the individual is communicating with himself or herself in silence. Okay, the next slide, please. The next slide, we are going to talk about Hinduism. So during the 3rd century BCE, Hinduism divided into two main streams. They called Theravada and Mahayana. So Theravada Buddhist shrines will always contain a statue or image of Buddhist, while Mahayana Buddhist shrines may instead contain a statue or image of Bodhisattva. Okay, so Theravada Buddhists perform puja by putting flowers and candles in front of an image of Buddha. While in Mahayana Buddhism, they have a puja ceremonies take place over a longer period of time. They believe that through prayer, Buddhists request blessings from the Buddha and sometimes ask for help. And as we know, China is the country with the largest population of Buddhists. Okay, the next slide, please. The next slide, we are going to talk about Christianity. So Christianity is the world's largest religion with some 2.17 billion followers. Christianity is a religion that believes on teachings of Jesus of Nazareth. They believe in prayer. Christian prayers means they have communicate with their God. So they usually communicate about their problems to God in prayer or some personal or group need. But sometimes the prayer are formal and part of ritual laid down for hundreds of years. As we know, they usually go to church and they have practice, or we can call it baptism, that a sign of their believer of Jesus. Okay, so the next slide will be presented by Hartini Unitius.
Okay, thank you, Cecile. I will continue the presentation. Okay, if previously Cecil has explained about the concept of Hinduism, Buddhism, and Christianity religion, and the next is the concept of Islam religion. As we know, Islam is the second largest religion in the world after Christianity, with some 1.7 billion followers, or about 23% of the world's population. And today, about 75 countries have large Muslim populations. People who practice Islam are called Muslims. That means submitters to the will of God. According to Islamic law, Muslims may not drink alcoholic beverage, eat pork, or gamble. Prohibitions against alcohol, smoking, and premarital sex are strict. To many Muslims, people in the United States don't care about families, abandon parents when they grow old, and have an epidemic of AIDS, pornography, pregnant teenagers, abortion, and illegitimate babies. These aspects of the U.S. culture are not desired by Muslims as they bring shame on the family. To Muslims, God and family are the most important. The dividing line between the Arab and Western world is religion, and Islam is a religion. Islam is not a religion, but also a way of life and the central force of Arab existence. Okay, the next slide, I will explain about Muhammad, the Prophet in Islam. To better understand Islam, we will examine the Prophet Muhammad, the Quran, and religious practices. So for the first one, Muhammad the Prophet. Muhammad founded the religion in the early 7th century in Arabia, orphaned at an early age. Muhammad ibn Abdullah was a businessman when in 610, it is said he received his first revelation through the angel Gabriel. This continued for another 20 years and formed the Quran, the holy book of Islam. And the next slide, I will explain about the Quran. So the Quran, which means the recitation in Arabic, was revealed by God to the Prophet Muhammad in Arabic and generally is considered to contain the verbatim words of Allah or God. The Quran contains stories, admonitions, verse, and prophetic segments and social, political, and economic laws. It embraces all areas of human affairs. from the most personal to international relations. Not only it is unique in its completeness, but it is also deals with human transactions in such a way as to make God's presence felt in every human interactions. Okay, next slide. I will explain about religious practices. Or Muslims also call it as the 5 pillars of Islam. For the first one, faith or belief in one God, Allah. And then prayer. Islam have 5 times everyday prayers. And then the third, alms or give money to the needy. And then Islam also fasting, which means we are no eat or eat no food from sunrise or sunset for 1 month in Ramadan. And last one, we have pilgrimage or one in our life. That is, we go to Mecca. Okay, and then the next point is about communication barriers. As we know, a challenge to intercultural communication between some people, both Christians and others, and Muslim in the United States has centered on the use of the term radical Islam. President Obama made a clear distinction between the religion Islam and the extremists who adhere to radical interpretations of the religion and who carry out acts of terror. And then, as a communication scholar, Martin Meadors contends, the word-shaped attitudes and intercultural communication. Okay, the major barrier to intercultural communications between U.S. and Arab peoples appears to be stereotypes each hold of the other. Over the course of 14 centuries, Christians and Muslims have at times lived together and interact harmoniously and at the other times been in conflict. There are many points of convergence between Christian and Islamic beliefs, such as an understanding of God as creator, the centrality of prayer, and values such as justice and loving one's neighbor. Okay, so in conclusion, we know that religion is the oldest source of human identity. The world's major religions are Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism, folk religions, and Judaism. At times, religious identity and nation-state identity have become synonymous, such as state Shinto, the state religion of Japan that was abolished by the Allies in 1945. Christianity grew in influence and power following the Roman Emperor Constantine's conversion. And then Islam is the second largest religion in the world, was founded by Muhammad, who intertwined religion and political functions. And then the Quran, believed to come directly from God, is a spiritual guide as well as rules to govern a state. Okay, Miss Linda, that's all that we can deliver. Thank you so much for your great attention throughout this presentation. So, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening. Bye-bye.